Before we begin our lesson this morning, let us ask first the guidance of our Lord through prayer. Mr. Dagit, please lead our prayer. Good morning, class. Everyone, please arrange your chairs and pick up some pieces of paper under your chair. I would like to request everyone to participate and sing our Energizer song. Let us sing I'm Alive, Alert, Awake, Enthusiastic. Thank you for your cooperation. Class, who are absent today? Okay, very good. Before we formally start our discussion, these are the things that we must observe during our discussion. Everyone, please read. Are we clear with our classroom standards? Okay, very good. Are you ready to listen our exciting lesson for today? But before that, does anyone remember what we discussed last meeting? Yes, Misha did. Very good. Yes, we discussed last meeting about the natural disaster. Can you give some examples of natural disaster? Yes, Mr. Cabañas. Yes, typhoon. Very good. Another one, Miss Floro. Yes, landslide is a natural disaster. Very good. Mr. Porcadilla, give another example. Yes, very good. An earthquake is also a natural disaster. To guess our new topic, let's have a brain broom drill. All you need to do is to guess the scrambled word. Are you ready, class? Okay, very good, class. You got it correctly. Give yourselves a 5 claps. Okay, out of all the natural disasters that you have said earlier, we will be discussing about earthquake and faults. Who among you here has an experience of an earthquake? I believe all of us already experienced an earthquake. It is so really scary and dangerous, right? That's why our goal is to broaden our knowledge about earthquakes, and our objectives during this lesson are, everyone please read. Okay, thank you. Let's have an activity. We will be playing a word search. Okay, very good. Give your classmates a 5 claps. I'm pretty much sure that you have already heard a lot of terminologies from the news related to earthquake. And I am also sure that you have a lot of things that you need to know about earthquakes and what they mean and their differences. If you recall, class, it was mentioned in grade 7 that the Philippines is located along the Ring of Fire. How does this affect us? So people who live along the Ring of Fire have to put up with earthquake and volcanic eruptions. In this topic, we will focus on earthquakes and faults. Now, class, who have an idea what is earthquake and what is fault? Yes, Miss De Los Santos. Great! An earthquake is one of the most frightening things that anyone can ever experience, right? So no one can stop earthquakes from happening, but there are things that people can do to avoid or reduce loss of life and damage to property. The first step is to have a clear understanding of the occurrence of earthquakes. Is earthquake associated with faults? Why? Yes, Mr. Cabañas. Very good. So, they are associated because when a fault suddenly moves, an earthquake occurs. So we have an active faults and inactive faults. What is the difference between the two? Yes, Mr. Generale. Very good. That is the key difference of inactive and active faults, wherein active faults are geological fractures where movement has occurred recently and it is expected to continue in the future, while the inactive faults where there has been no recent movement and no expectation of future seismic activity. So now let's proceed to 3 main types of faults. What are those, Mr. Navaira? Very good. So these are the 3 main types of faults: the divergent, convergent, and transform. Everybody please read. Thank you, class. So those are the 3 types of faults or plate boundary. Now let's proceed to focus and epicenter. Miss Fortunado discussed the difference of focus and epicenter. Very good. So focus is the point with the Earth's where an earthquake originates, and the epicenter is the point in the Earth's surface directly above the focus. Now what do you see here in the picture? Yes, Mr. Navaira. Very good, it is the world map. But why there is a certain face highlighted? Is it a certain ring, a certain pattern, or a certain line with a red-orange highlighted color? Yes, Mr. Bansulat. Yes, it is a Pacific Ring of Fire. Now, why is it called the Pacific Ring of Fire? What makes it very significant that's called the Pacific Ring of Fire? Yes, Mr. Cabañas. Very good. It is called the Pacific Ring of Fire because there are a lot of volcanoes that lies along the belt, and roughly around 75% of the world's volcanoes are located there, and most of them are even underwater. Now, when an underwater earthquake occurs, what happens? Yes, Mr. Bansulat. That's right, a tsunami happens. How does an earthquake form a tsunami? Yes, Mr. Porcadilla. Yes, very good. Then it creates overlying waves underwater and on the surface of them. Let's say, an ocean, it creates tiny ripples of waves until it becomes bigger and bigger, forming a tsunami. Are you familiar with the word seismic waves? Seismic waves, everyone please read. What are the types of seismic waves? Yes, Miss Dalisay. Very good. So body waves, everyone please read. Thank you. So waves consists of two types, the S waves and the P waves. So what about the surface waves? Yes, Miss Floro, please read. Okay, thank you. Does any one of you have an idea of what we call to a person who studies earthquake and what instrument they use to track or measure earthquake? Yes, Miss Dapar. Great. So the person who studies earthquakes are called seismologists, and they use the seismograph. When there is an earthquake, seismic waves causes the drums of seismograph to vibrate. Now let's discuss the magnitude and intensity. Two words that we always hear in the news whenever there is an earthquake. So everybody please read. Okay, thank you. So those are the differences of the magnitude and intensity. So in the past years, we experienced the earthquake. So what are the things you did during earthquake? Yes, Miss Paelman. Very good. That is one of the important things we need to know. The do's and don'ts whenever there is an earthquake in order for us to be prepared and to know the safety measures. So here are some important things we need to remember before, during, and after the earthquake happens. So everyone please read. Now let's have an activity. I will divide you into 4 groups and answer this activity. You will be guided with our rubrics. So everyone please read. Okay, so this will be your rubrics to evaluate your work. So class, answer it silently. Based on the entire activities and discussions we have done, what have you learned? Yes, Miss Villanueva. Thank you. Another one, yes, Mr. Navaira. Okay, I know that you are now ready for our evaluation. Now let's have our evaluation. So everyone answer it silently. Okay, class, let us check your paper. So who got 5 points? 4 points? 3 points? So everyone, please pass your papers. Okay, class, all of you got a passing score, so we can now proceed to our next topic. Everyone, please copy your assignment. Okay, that's all for today, class. Goodbye and thank you for listening.